Hello friends and welcome to edition 11 of Mike's Miscellany for 2021. I'm Mike Bermingham. This week we have a St. Patrick's Day edition of the show as we celebrate our Irish heritage, looking back at the origins of the special day. It is said St. Patrick's Day is an enchanted time, a day to begin transforming winter's dreams into summer's magic. Our brain teaser first. Apart from Ireland, what other island celebrates St. Patrick's Day as their national holiday? Have a think, the answer to come at the end. And now to some vintage pictures. Some images now of the American perspective of our national holiday. These images are definitely of the vintage, if not antique variety, and show the deep connection we have with our American cousins, both culturally and historically. The stars also join in. Here's the I Love Lucy star, Lucille Ball herself, celebrating St. Patrick's Day from the 1930s. Our Gang, also known as the Little Rascals, or Hal Roach's Rascals, was an American series of comedy short films chronicling a group of poor neighborhood children and their adventures. This series was produced in various formats from 1922 to 1944. We can't forget Maureen O'Hara. Here she is with Andy Williams in an advert for an upcoming St. Patrick's Day special, and a little clip from that.
Put a diamond number 16, Mr. Donaghy. Believe me for those endearing young charms.
And of course her most famous role alongside John Wayne was in The Quiet Man, which was an international success and has become a perennial favourite for St. Patrick's Day on TV. I mustn't forget the other classic, Darby O'Gill and the Little People from 1959. The Walt Disney movie starring Albert Sharp as Darby O'Gill alongside Janet Monroe, Sean Connery and Jimmy O'Dea is one of the greats. And now some more nostalgia from Ireland. Some events from this week back in time include March 15th, 1773, Oliver Goldsmith's She Stoops to Conquer is performed at Covent Garden Theatre in London. March 16th, 1955, singer Ruby Murray scores 5 simultaneous hits in the British charts. March 17th, 1903, St. Patrick's Day becomes a bank holiday. March 20th, 1927, the birth at Dublin Zoo of Caribre, the lion used to introduce Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's early films. March 21st, 1970, Dana Rosemary Brown wins the Eurovision Song Contest for Ireland with All Kinds of Everything. 1988, Sonia O'Sullivan wins a gold medal in the World Cross Country Championships. Now, question of the week. How did St. Patrick's Day come into being? Well, we have to start with the great man himself. Although an apostle of Ireland, St. Patrick was actually born in Wales in the year 387, which was then part of Roman Britain. His parents, Calpurnius and Conchessa, were Romans living in Britain or Britannia at the time, and at age 16 he was kidnapped by Irish raiders and sold as a slave to a Celtic priest in Northern Ireland. After toiling for 6 years as a shepherd, he escaped to return to his family, only later to return eventually becoming a bishop. Legend has it he famously drove the snakes out of Ireland by climbing to the top of a mountain overlooking the sea and ordering the serpents in Ireland to assemble at his feet before he drove them into the water by beating a drum. It's also said he defeated fierce druids in contests of magic and used the shamrock to explain the Christian Trinity to the pagan Irish. Credited also with bringing Christianity to parts of Ireland and probably partly responsible for the Christianization of the Picts and Anglo-Saxons. He's believed to have died on March 17th around 460 AD. His place of burial is said to be Downpatrick Cathedral in Downpatrick. The March 17th celebration started in 1631 when the church established a feast day honouring St. Patrick. He had been patron saint of Ireland, who had died around the 5th century, of course, a whopping 12 centuries before our modern version of the holiday was first observed. The largest St. Patrick's Day parade in modern times takes place in New York City and is one of the oldest parades in the United States. It lasts almost 6 hours long, with more than 2 million attendees and 100,000 participants. And now, video. St. Patrick's Day parades showcase the best of us from home and abroad. We look back now to 1978 in Longford Town, when local filmmaker Dennis Hughes captured the bustle of the occasion 43 years back. "20 years after that, I had the pleasure of emceeing the event myself in 2008, as this shaky footage shows. Now, the answer to our brain teaser: apart from Ireland, what other island celebrates St. Patrick's Day as their national holiday? The answer, if you got it, is Montserrat. It's a Caribbean island and the only place outside Ireland to mark the Saint's Day, March 17th. They have a volcano there, an ash-covered former capital, and some superb beaches. It's a great place to visit, but is 6,185 miles away. The week-long festival there was introduced on the island, nicknamed the Emerald Isle of the Caribbean, in 1995, and now attracts a great number of Montserrat diaspora and international tourists as well. So why is St. Patrick's Day celebrated on the island? Well, the majority of early European settlers landed there as far back as 1633, and they were in fact predominantly Catholic Irish. Some were servants and political prisoners, while others were tobacco and sugar plantation owners. Many of these people came from the neighbouring island St. Kitts, then a British colony, but many others came from Ireland and Virginia. According to Caribbean & Co., the 1768 slave rebellion in Montserrat was slated to coincide with the annual St. Patrick's Day celebration, as while the British governed the island, St. Patrick's Day was observed due to the large Irish population. It was anticipated the British and Irish would be distracted by the St. Patrick's Day feast and festivities at Government House. However, the slave rebellion didn't happen as planned, as the freedom fighters were betrayed by an Irish woman who overheard a planning session. The rebellion was discovered, squashed, and 9 slaves were executed, with more than 30 imprisoned and eventually banished from Montserrat. The final word now. A best friend is like a 4-leaved clover. Hard to find and lucky to have. And always remember to forget the things that make you sad, but never forget to remember the things that make you glad. Always remember to forget the friends that proved untrue, but never forget to remember those who have stuck by you. Always remember to forget the troubles that have passed away, but never forget to remember the blessings that come each day. Now, I have 5 mixes of Irish Party classics on the Mixcloud platform you can listen to if you're in the party mood over the festive period. Just Google Mixcloud Irish Party Mix or Mixcloud Michael Bermingham and navigate to the playlists for DJ sets. A reminder, we're on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. We leave you with some images from 32 years back of the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Ballinasloe, County Galway. Thanks for watching.
From the home studio of Michael Bermingham,